Seeing through late in life, money and houses are unreliable. The real dependence lies in these three things. In old age, many people believe that having money and property will guarantee a carefree life. After all, money talks, and without it, life can be tough. Many people worship money as if it's more important than life itself. With wealth, they can travel, live in big houses, and easily find a companion. Some even opt to rely on their retirement funds and homes for security. However, as time passes and when a spouse passes away, the significance of money and property gradually shifts. As one ages, with declining physical strength and increasing reliance on others, material possessions can no longer solve all problems. Worse, when family members are not harmonious or become selfish, property may become a source of conflict, exhausting the elderly and leaving them without peace. At this stage, we come to realize that in old age, money and houses are not the most reliable sources of support. What truly ensures a peaceful and fulfilling old age may be these three things. 1. A healthy family supports the elderly in their final years. Many elderly people believe that relying solely on themselves is the safest bet. However, they forget that if their health deteriorates, how can they continue to rely on themselves? Even buying groceries, cooking, or seeking medical care becomes difficult. In more severe cases, they may be unable to manage basic tasks like dressing and eating. While it's true that health cannot be preserved forever, don't overestimate your own abilities. Yet, there is no need for despair because family health can be maintained for generations. The story of filial piety from the 24 filial exemplars shows just how important family health is. Take the story of Madame Jiangsun, a great-grandmother with no teeth and no husband. Eating was difficult for her, but her granddaughter-in-law Tang took care of her daily, feeding her liquid meals. After a few years, Madame Jiangsun passed away, leaving behind a final message for Tang: "I can't repay your kindness, but I hope your children and grandchildren will be as filial to you as you were to me." Sure enough, Tang was well cared for by her son, Cui Shannon, who later became a high-ranking official. As the ancient text says, filial piety is the duty of heaven and earth. A healthy family is built on filial children, virtuous elders, accomplished middle-aged individuals, and loving couples working together. Each generation understands that life's meaning in a family is to send off the previous generation and educate the next, creating a dependable foundation. As one grows older, it becomes more important to remember that health is more valuable than wealth, not only physical health, but family and mental health, too. Don't focus solely on your own body, consider those around you and the family traditions that guide you. 2. A flexible lifestyle brings more joy. After losing a spouse, should one live alone or move in with their children? Many families find that living with their children is not practical, as it often leads to constant arguments. Additionally, some children work in unstable jobs, moving frequently, making it difficult to care for their elderly parents. In such cases, it is important for elderly people to manage their own lives as best as they can. Living alone can be lonely and may require help from others. This is when it's crucial to learn to be flexible and not cling to traditional ideas of relying on children for support. Writer Mo Xiaomi shared 2 new ways of elder care in her article, which offer a fresh perspective. One approach is to rent out part of the house to those in need. By offering reduced rent, elderly people can create a new household dynamic, bringing liveliness into the home while also ensuring they are cared for. For example, Granny Wang, over 80 years old, lives alone in Hangzhou. Since a young woman fresh out of college moved in, the house has been filled with laughter. The young woman, with her modest salary, couldn't afford a large apartment, while Granny Wang had a house but didn't lack money. The arrangement worked out perfectly for both. Another approach is to do good deeds within one's abilities, giving emotions a place to belong. In Shanghai, Grandma Shen, also in her 80s, runs a public phone booth that is rarely used by customers. Occasionally, people without phones or those with low incomes come to make a call. Grandma Shen says it doesn't matter if she earns nothing, the elderly fear becoming grumpy, selfish, and unpleasant. If they are unkind and rigid, no place will bring them happiness. Learning to adapt and integrate into society is key. By actively participating in the community, one becomes cared for by the society. It's important to approach others with kindness, offer help, and leave behind goodwill, ensuring that elderly individuals can live comfortably wherever they are, just like living in paradise. 3. A good attitude brings clarity. Many elderly people, after losing their spouse, fall into emotional despair, believing life is no longer bearable. Some are unable to move on from the pain for years, constantly talking about their grief, which creates a gloomy atmosphere for the entire family. It seems that every day is filled with sorrowful memories. It has been said that old age requires mental preparation for parting. Life is not eternal, and death should not come as a shock. Instead of living in pain and fear of loss, it's better to live out the rest of life calmly and with a smile. Philosopher Zhuangzi treated life and death lightly, stating, "My life has a limit, but knowledge has none." After death, there is no need for a luxurious funeral. The earth is the true coffin. Whatever happens, the outcome is less important than the mindset. Learning to adjust your attitude is key. Stress becomes motivation, life and death are part of nature, and poverty is the beginning of opportunity. By broadening one's horizons, everything becomes a beautiful landscape. With an open heart, the world becomes a place of inclusion, and sorrow becomes as light as air. When the elderly have a good attitude, younger generations are more willing to stay close, allowing the family to thrive like springtime. Novelist Fielding once said, "If you make money your god, it will plague you like the devil." Over-reliance on money and property can make late life feel like carrying a heavy burden, leaving you struggling for breath. The wisdom of life is learning to let go at the right time, letting go as you move forward, adjusting your mindset as you go. Follow the spring breeze into spring, the winter chill to snowflakes, and the autumn winds to harvest. Every season of life is a good time, and every stage of life is worth cherishing. Remember that your departed spouse would want you to live well, free from desire and obsession, and not trapped in sorrow. Age is never the problem. There are always more solutions than difficulties. The key lies in your mindset. With one thought released, old age can be lived with ease. All right, that's all for today's sharing. Thank you for watching. I hope today's content resonated with you. For those who haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click subscribe so we can accompany you every day. Let's grow together, be happy together, and slowly grow old together. See you next time.